Hello everybody, this is FGOGR, the OG YouTuber, and I guess the topic of this podcast, this other one that I'm doing live again on YouTube, which I hope is actually being recorded. If not, then I'm just talking into a microphone for no apparent reason other than the fact that I'm bored. Hockey! Yeah, let's talk about hockey again. We're going to talk about logos and uniforms and things like that, especially the stuff that's been revealed. I guess I'll just jump right into it. We've got the third uniforms are coming back to the NHL, the alternate uniforms, if you will. Okay. Now, last season, the 2017-2018 season was the first for the NHL under Adidas. Adidas is the official uniform provider of the NHL, and because of the transition from Reebok to Adidas, because Adidas owns Reebok, the NHL changed the cut of the uniforms. I guess it's different material, it's whatever. So essentially, all the teams only had their home and their road uniform. Okay, their dark home uniform and their white road uniform, and only a few teams had a special uniform for special occasions like the Stadium Series, Heritage Classic, or the Winter Classic. Okay. Do we have a Centennial Classic again? Maybe. Yeah. So I think we had two Centennial Classics. Regardless, that was it. Okay, that was it for anything other than home and road uniforms last season. But thankfully, this season, alternate uniforms are back in now. The special occasion uniforms will be there for certain teams. You'll have, I think, Boston Bruins versus the Chicago Blackhawks at Notre Dame Stadium in South Bend, Indiana, for the Winter Classic, because the Blackhawks just, I've never been in one, but they're playing outdoors again, and I guess they chose Chicago and Boston because maybe the largest Irish populations in the U.S., probably. I guess that's why. I think that's why they're playing at Notre Dame. Okay, so there you go, and they're getting some pretty nice uniforms. I'm actually I like the Winter Classic very much because these teams, although they're not straight up copies or modern updates, or they're not straight up copies of their throwback uniforms from way back when, because they're taking them from like the 30s or something. But they the 1930s, they look good. They look good for as modern or kind of faux back uniforms, taking elements of these retro uniforms that they used to wear and kind of having a modern spin to everything. And I like it. I like it a lot. I think it's wonderful for those teams, especially those teams with they're from way back when, so they have all this history that we go back to. So I'm a fan of those. You have now you have a slew of teams that have alternate uniforms, and one of the things that the NHL has that they've done this year, I think each team has like a chance to do a one-off uniform, because I don't know if I'm mixing this with the NBA, but each team has like a one-off uniform that they can have, and they have an alternate uniform which they can use I guess multiple times or multiple years, multiple seasons. The Anaheim Ducks are celebrating their 25th anniversary along with the Florida Panthers, and they've come out, their anniversary logo looks terrible. I hate it. It's a 25 with the web. I hate the Ducks webfoot logo. I don't like it. I think it's stupid. I've always thought it's stupid. I think most hockey fans and maybe a large segment of Ducks fans hate the web, or not hate it, but just are not. They would rather the Mighty Ducks logo. I think everybody's realizes that that's the look. Why don't you look like that? Why don't you use that? Their alternate uniform does. It's a black uniform. I don't know why. I know the Ducks wear black. I know it's part of their new color set, but just use the eggplant and teal uniform. Just use that. Use it. It's there. It looks good. I like it. Everybody else likes it. Just use that, okay? But it's a modern take on their original uniforms with the striping pattern. Just switching around the colors. That's fine. I wish it was more throwbacky, but it's good enough. But it's not my favorite. So that's Anaheim. The Arizona Coyotes have their alternate uniform is their original uniform when they moved from Winnipeg to Phoenix, and it's glorious and it's fantastic and it's wonderful, and I think it's man, I don't know if the Coyotes can go back to that. I don't know if they should, but it's something that I'm glad that they have on the side. It's different enough where, and I'm sure they're going to use it strategically so that, because their current set, I don't know. I think the Coyotes have tried to find a way to the Howling Coyote logo and everything. I know, but I don't know. They're trying to find their way and their look, and hopefully they'll find it. But until then, this throwback uniform that they have and they're going to use is going to be great, and I'm glad they're gonna bust it out for everyone to see. Okay, and it looks good. It's a good looking uniform. Okay, it's another black uniform, but it's a throwback at the same time, and so I'm glad that they've added it back to their repertoire. Okay, then you have the Calgary Flames are wearing their original uniforms again. They're red uniforms, the red with the white and the gold, and that's it. No black on that uniform whatsoever. The ones that they wore when they won the Stanley Cup back in the 80s. Okay, and it's the look that the Flames need to look like that all the time. Okay, the Calgary Flames current uniform is a hodgepodge of elements that, man, it just looks terrible. I hate it. I hate the Calgary Flames current look, both their red uniform and their white uniform. They need to go back to that original uniform. I know it was their Atlanta Flames look. That is their Atlanta Flames look. They just carried it over to Calgary, and they didn't change until the 90s. But that's the look. They look clean, they look great, and I don't know why they don't use it, but as their primary. But we'll just have it as an alternate and a throwback. So good enough, I guess, for now. So that's Calgary. Then we have Columbus. They're bringing back their Cannon look, their Cannon uniform with the light blue. I like it. Everybody likes it. I think that Cannon logo looks fantastic, and it goes with their set more than that bug that they had before and everything. So I'm really glad the Blue Jackets are bringing that back, and it's great. So go Jackets! Good job on bringing that back. And they don't really have anything to throw back to, so that's great. Then you've got the Edmonton Oilers. Their alternate uniform is also their throwback. Their blue uniform that they wore for so long, from all those Stanley Cups, and they changed to this orange and navy uniform, and I don't know why. I know they had an orange uniform way back when they were in the WHA, but what's, seriously, honestly, Calgary, Edmonton, why switch? I know you have Connor McDavid and you want to sell jerseys and everything, but you have one of these classic uniforms ever. Okay, you have this look. It's a great uniform. Some of the greatest players of all time have played in that uniform. Why not? The New York Yankees don't change, okay? They don't have to, okay? You guys don't have to, okay? Connor McDavid is going to sell your jerseys regardless of what they look like, okay? But keep that look. Keep it. Oh, my goodness gracious. Gosh, what other teams have stuff out there that's coming out? Who else has alternate uniforms? Now I'm blanking. The San Jose Sharks. I talked about the Sharks in the last video. That stealth uniform, which I just don't like it. It's just way too simple for me. It's way too simple. Okay, the Sharks' entire uniform set is way too simple. And I know that's like, oh, we want to be faster and whatever, but it hasn't won you the cup yet, so who knows? I'm calling bull on that theory. Okay. The New Jersey Devils have their red, white, and green uniform. That's coming back as an alternate. That's great. I like that. It's a different enough look. They changed their uniform last season with the new change to Adidas. I don't know why you won all that, but you know what? It's not that drastic of a change for them, so that's fine. They have their alternate throwback, and the Devils don't change that much anyway, so and their current look isn't that much of a drastic change from their last look, so good enough, New Jersey. The Carolina Hurricanes have added a black hurricane flag logo uniform to their set, and you know what? I'm glad. And this one makes a lot more sense than their last one, the last black uniform that they had. But the Carolina Hurricanes are kind of trying to find a new look, and I don't blame them. Their current look is good enough, but it's, I don't know. It's hard though, because hurricane flags are red and black. So, you know, but I guess they want to change the logo, and it looks like they're asking fans to help them out with that, and you know, good on them, and I hope they come up with something nice. Who else changed? The Florida Panthers don't have, you know what? We have a minute, and I'm just going to go on a little rant. The Florida Panthers are celebrating their 25th anniversary. Perfect, right for a throwback uniform for one season, a one-off. Just that's it. Okay, you wear it for maybe 3 or 4 games in the season, and that's it. But they chose not to wear anything, not to wear any uniform from their past whatsoever. Why? It's the 25th anniversary. Oh, we're gonna celebrate these guys on opening night and everything like that. No, have one night in the white uniform from the first season, okay, against, I don't know, the Penguins or something, because that was your first opponent from your first home game, and celebrate. Do it. Gosh, or at least have the alternate Navy uniform next season. Gosh, Florida Panthers, you had a shot. You had a shot, and I'm FJOJR, the OG YouTuber. You can like, comment, share, and subscribe. And if you're feeling generous, you can donate to my Patreon page. On the top left, you'll have a video. On the top right, you'll have a video or a playlist. On the bottom left, you'll have my logo. And on the bottom right, you'll have my Patreon link. Thank you.